Hello and good afternoon and welcome to Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark as OKC Comets baseball is on the air here on AM 1340 The Game, 1340thegame.com, or anywhere on your mobile device with a free iHeartRadio app. We welcome everybody from Sportsnet Los Angeles as well as the CW here in Oklahoma City. Daniel Voiles here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark, producer and engineer back at our 1340 studios. Today is Mr. YouTuber himself. The Comets finishing up a 6-game series against the El Paso Chilhuahuas, the AAA parent club of the San Diego Padres. Comets coming into today's game at 19-13. The Chihuahuas at 13-19. Chihuahuas snapped Oklahoma City's winning streak last night. We'll see if Oklahoma City can get back into the win column here today.
We're bringing you AAA baseball in the Pacific Coast League. It's the El Paso Chihuahuas and the Oklahoma City Comets.
On a beautiful, sunny, partly cloudy sky day. Comets will be halfway through their homestand. They have another 6-game set coming up on Tuesday when they take on the Albuquerque Isotopes.
We are nearly ready to get underway.
And Sheehan
here today
will start.
Here's what you need to know about the righty. What a great job he's done this season limiting right-handed batters, keeping their average against him down below 200.
Beautiful day here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Clay Dunyan will lead off, 243 average, 3 homers and 8 RBIs. He's batting left.
Amazing that he's kept them under the Mendoza line.
First pitch for Sheehan of the day is outside for ball 1. We're underway here at 2:05 Central Time. (1-0). Next pitch for Sheehan. Swing and a miss on a slider for strike 1. Beautiful day here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark, 79 degrees. It's been a lot chilly recently, but 79 degrees is what we got. Under partly cloudy skies, winds blowing 11 miles an hour out to center field. We have Mike Fillmore, the home plate umpire. At first base will be Rusty Valentine. Second base, Jerry Hillsdale and Kenny Jansen, the crew chief, at third base.
And the 1-1.
1-1 pitch. Here's Sheehan's next pitch.
Ball 2.
That's way low in the left-hand corner for ball 2. Happy May 4th. May the 4th be with you all. That's outside for ball 3. Yurieski Gurriel on deck. Last thing the Comets need is have a walk to start the game, and another home run to deep right field. This one is no doubt gone. Dunyan leads off with a home run to right center field, his 4th on the season. One batter in, it's 1-0 El Paso. So El Paso picking up right where they left off last night.
From the get-go. He found something to drive and didn't miss. That's a big lift for
that
his
is
team
no doubt gone.
Stepping to the plate for El Paso, Yuli Gurriel. And
yes, Gurriel, 191 average.
Foul ball there.
That's fouled away for strike 1. 1 homer, 4 RBIs for Gurriel. He's batting right. Sheehan's next pitch.
And that drops in for a strike.
One
big bat still
now strike
underway,
2.
and he's
Part of
already
free
served up a
agency
homer
this year.
inning. Buckle up.
That's
and
fouled
it's
away.
When the at-bat keeps going.
Sheehan's next pitch.
Fights it
That's
off.
fouled
We'll
away.
another.
Comets in their home whites today. Comets across the front in blue script. The baseball as a shooting comet down underneath the logo. As here's the next pitch. That's fouled away. Red numbers on the front left, blue numbers on the back, white pants, blue hats, blue brims, blue panel, OKC and diagonal letters with a Comet shooting K going through the K on the front as that's fouled away. El Paso in their grays today. El Paso across the front in red scripted letters. Red numbers on the back, black letters on the back, gray pants, black hats. That's called for strike 3.
That's the first out. Nice recovery.
First out.
Giving up the home run.
for Sheehan is one away. Now bring up Gavin Sheets, who's the designated hitter today. Sheehan's first pitch. Here's a fly ball to left field. Justin Dean is under it. He'll make the catch for the second out. And here's Nico Goodrun, 263 average, 4 homers, 11 RBIs, the batting left. First pitch. That's called for a strike.
That was a meaty pitch, but he
Final game between these two teams until we see him in El Paso.
Swings
Swing
through
and a miss on the slider for strike 2.
And quickly he's down 0-2. Time to simplify your approach at the plate.
Sheehan's next pitch. That's a line drive to left field. That's a base hit, so that's a 2-out single as the inning will continue.
That is fifth, the left fielder.
The Chihuahuas pick up right where they left off last night. Homer didn't.
In 4 at-bats yesterday.
Full Rotor is up, 224 average. That's a fly ball, deep right field. Going back as DePaula will make the catch as he crashes in the wall to end the inning, the top of the first, but will run on 2 hits and a runner left for El Paso. We go to the bottom of the first with 1-0 El Paso here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. It looks like the stream is not crashing like it did for my SmackDown, which I apologize for that.
And on the hill,
Henry Baez.
Lots of punch-outs, a real strikeout artist. You can see from the numbers that
Remember
he's done a
Baez,
good job
I believe
limiting opposing batters this season.
Baez was the
They're
starter on
hitting
Tuesday, as here's
250.
Justin Dean. 320 average, 2 homers, 7 RBIs, batting right.
Keep hitters off balance. He'll do well if he
Here's
can
the first
execute
pitch
like
of the
that in this
night.
one.
That's fouled away for strike 1. Next pitch.
That one finds the zone.
That's up in the corner for strike 2. I wish this was an ABS challenge game. Now I would have challenged that and that would have been ball 1.
High in the zone. I doubt he goes back to that one right away.
Swing and a miss on a curveball for strike 3. 1 away in the bottom of the first.
Batting second,
So
the
digging
center
in,
fielder.
That's Josue de Paula, 296 average. 6 homers, 12 RBIs, batting right.
Contact lately. Almost 2 strikeouts per game over the last
That's
10.
fouled away for strike 1.
And he asks for time before the
And
0-1.
it's called before the 0-1 pitch. Comets will stay here to host Albuquerque. As here's a line drive. This is going to be trouble. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to go all the way to the wall. DePaula is going to stop at second, and that's going to give the Comets a double to lead off their half of the first.
But a great job to keep it fair. That's a good example of why it's so important to keep your hands tight to the body. If you overextend, that's a foul ball for sure. Austin Gauthier digs in.
It's Austin Gauthier.
Rebound today, put up an 0 for 4 last night.
0 for 4 last night.
Fly
Popped
ball,
up.
right field. Murphy sizes this one up. Hauls it
Get
in,
the tag, and there's
away.
2 away in the first.
Batting fourth, the first baseman, Ryan.
Regardless what happens today, the Comets will win the series, no matter what.
Stepping to the plate for Oklahoma City.
So nothing they can be disappointed about.
Really needs to start making more contact. Almost 3 strikeouts.
Ryan Ward, 254 average, 5 homers and 16 RBIs. He's batting left. You didn't have to hear my echoing.
And he steps out of the box
I
asking
was
for
called
time.
before the first pitch so he can gather his thoughts.
Pitch,
First
runner is on the
pitch.
move for third. That's in for a strike. To third, tag, out. This play doesn't cost them, and the inning is over. Thrown out at third to end the inning, and the defense heads back to the dugout.
As I blame the computer for interrupting me, I apologize about that. That'll end the inning. A run on 2 hits and none left to the second.
Personal issues?
We have Ryan Wilson, 208 average, 3 homers, 10 RBIs. 1-0 El Paso as we start
Top half
second.
of the second from Oklahoma City. Incredible
Miss on
late
a
action
slider
on that
for strike
one.
1.
Took a sharp turn at the last second.
Next pitch. It's a slider called for strike 2.
Love the front door slider. The batter often will cheat the hands to not get beat by an inside fastball, and that
Next
draws
pitch.
the swing off plane. Nice pitching.
That's a fly ball to deep left field, and this is going into the El Paso bullpen for a 2-run homer, or for a home run.
Made them pay for that one.
Ryan Wilson's 4th home run, 2 home runs in the first 2 innings, and it's 2-0 El Paso. Not the way the Comets were hoping to start off.
But then left that last one in a hittable location. Props to the hitter. He got good pitch recognition and sent that one out.
Sheehan's been really struggling this season. Figured a no decision on Tuesday, and now he's already given up 2 homers in this game today. As Ripken Reyes is called for a strike. 229 average, 2 homers, 8 RBIs. He's batting left. Next pitch for Sheehan.
This one in
It's
the
a
air
pop-up to right field. Chris Newell is under it. Makes the catch for the first down. Newell just got pulled back up to Oklahoma City.
So up next,
280 average, 2 homers, 6 RBIs for Martin Maldonado.
A former Gold Glover, batting 8th today, and he was born in Puerto Rico.
We're seeing one Puerto Rico, and that's a fly ball. Deep left field. You can forget it. This is going into the Comets bullpen for a home run. It's 2 home runs that El Paso has already hit, and it's 3-0 Chihuahuas.
That's a great job of recognizing the breaking ball. Even better, he didn't jump too early.
He's really just struggled trying to get some strikes, and boy, Maldonado just killed it. Just bammed it to left center. There was no chance that was going to be caught. Just watches it go right past the Comets bullpen.
1 out and the bases are empty. Digging in for the Chihuahuas, Kai Murphy.
Kai Murphy is up. Here's a fly ball to left field. Dean is going to be under it. He can't make the catch, and it bounces all the way to the wall. As it is not over. Here's the throw to third. It's not going to be in time.
No time wasted here. That one didn't
It is not in time. It's a triple for Kai Murphy, and the inning is going to continue as we go back to the top of the order. I thought Dean was going to catch it, but he couldn't get there in time. And El Paso, just like that, have already hit 2 home runs, and now could knock out Emmett Sheehan out. As here's a fly ball to left field for Clay Dunyan, who homered his first time up. There's a fly ball to right field. Newell's under it. Will throw for the third. It's a sac fly. It's now 4-0 El Paso.
First hitting we just saw. He knew they were counting on him to bring in
Urieski Gurriel is up.
Nice job. Coming up to the dish for El Paso, Yuli Gurriel caught once in the
Called for
first time.
strike.
Attacking the zone in
This is a terrible start if you're the Comets.
Because too many strikes have leaked over the middle of the plate.
Gauthier is going to get it, throw the first, and that will finally end the inning. But 2 home runs for the Chihuahuas.
The power bats working this inning with 2 home runs leaving the yard. It's now a 4-0 ball game.
That is not the start the Comets were hoping for here today. It's Ryan Ward, 254 average, 5 homers, and 16 RBIs.
To the right side.
Line drive, that's going to be caught for the first out in the bottom of the second.
Batting fifth, the catcher, Dalton Rushing.
So digging in,
Dalton Rushing, 255 average, 4 homers, 11 RBIs. Batting left. First pitch.
Hit pretty well
There's
in
a
the air
fly
out
ball
to
to center
It's carrying.
field. That's going to be caught by the center
Snags it
fielder
for
to
the
make the
second
catch for the
out.
second out of the inning.
So up next,
Here's Aaron
The
Broncho.
second baseman,
292 average, 6
last
homers,
night, which
16
made up the
RBIs, and
entirety
switch hitter
of their
batting
offense in
left.
that one.
First pitch. Swing and miss on a curveball for strike one.
One's the count.
Next one's
the way.
back. 2 outs, bases empty.
Comets will hope to get some runs after a poor
Swing and
start
miss.
pitching
Chases that one
wise.
in the dirt.
That's strike
Collects,
3
fires to
for the
first,
third,
in
and the
time.
Comets
So the
down in
third
order as
strike
we go to
doesn't
the
cost them.
third.
And that's
Chihuahuas
Nothing
lead at
doing
4
here
to
in this half of the
nothing.
inning. We're at the end of 2. El Paso with the lead, 4-0. On to the next inning. Stepping to the plate for El Paso, Gavin Sheets.
Gavin Sheets. Swing and
It
miss, strike
feels like
one.
he's entering make-or-break territory here.
2 homers, 16 RBIs, 340 average for Sheets, who
If he
lined out
doesn't
his
turn
first
this start
time up. That
around,
was what
he
I was
won't
going
last
to
much
discuss
longer.
about his stats. Now we did.
That's a ball.
High for ball 1. There we go, shave.
Here comes the 1-1.
That's out.
Very high with that
One
one.
strike.
3-1. That one misses. It's a leadoff
Take the
walk.
bait.
Now batting, the shortstop, Nico.
Digging in for the Chihuahuas, Nico Goodrum. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Yeah.
After walking the last hitter, he just reached back for
0-1's the
some
count.
extra velocity and pumped that fastball by for a strike. That's a good way to reset after giving up the free pass. The 0-1 offering. And they say he went.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Sheets takes his lead at first, nobody out.
Ball.
That was a well-executed 2-strike changeup, but he just couldn't get the call. Up the right field line, and foul ball. Pitch is in the dirt. Swings through that one for a strikeout. Man on at first.
Now batting,
Next up for the
left fielder,
Chihuahuas, Cole Roederer.
Roederer.
Pitch misses. 1-0.
Ball 1, no strikes. Nope.
That's a terrific backdoor slider. He made the right call not to swing. It's tough to do much with that. Just missed.
3 balls, no strikes.
Fastball in for a strike. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Here's the center
Ryan
fielder, Ryan Wilson.
Wilson.
Already a solo homer in this one. And that's
Nope,
off the
that's
inside
inside.
edge. Certainly doesn't seem like he's comfortable out there right now. 2 walks already in this inning. He just doesn't look right on the mound.
Nope.
This
down.
could be the action pitch right here with runners on and a hitter's count. Here comes the 2-0. Swing and a miss.
2 balls, 1 strike.
On the ground to third. Gauthier to second. On to first. Double play, and that's the inning. So they work around a pair of walks in the inning. Moving on now to the home half of the 3rd inning. El Paso ahead in this game, 4-0. Ready to go for the last half of the inning.
The
Batter
right
now,
fielder,
Chris
Rick
Newell.
Newell.
This one in the air, center field. Wilson under it. And there's one away.
Batting 8, the designated hitter, Alex.
So digging in, Alex Freeland.
Freeland.
Too much swing and miss at the plate recently, striking out nearly twice in each of the last 5 games.
Ball, that's
the
outside.
first pitch they've taken for a ball in this one, and it's been a long time coming. Ground ball to the right side. And steps on the bag for the out.
Batting 9, the shortstop, Armando Alvarez.
And the next batter, Armando Alvarez. On fire at the dish lately. Can make it a 5-game hitting streak with a knock in this one. Ball 1 there.
Oh, that's just out. No.
Looked like there was a bit too much movement on that two-seamer. Just couldn't stay over the edge. Next offering is upstairs.
3-0.
That just missed.
Ball
Walked the
4.
batter on 4 pitches. 4-pitch walk there. Good discipline by the
Now
batter,
batting,
making him come
the
into the
left
strike
fielder,
zone.
Justin.
Batting order turns over. Now the left
Dean.
fielder, Justin Dean. 0 for 4 in yesterday's loss. There's a strike.
Ball 1. I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
In the air, right field. And that's a fair ball. And now runners on the corners with 2 away. Next up for the Comets, Josue De Paula. Fouled off. He was late. Runners at the corner posts with 2 away. The other way. Base hit and a run in to score.
That looks like the Comets
Back-to-back
got a
singles.
run on the board.
Good job to stay back
That was
on
last
that one
week,
and
guys.
not roll over on it. Let it get deep in the zone, then drop the bat head on it and ripped it the other way for
At least the
knock.
Comets got something going
So
here
2
in the
on and 2
fourth,
out. Now
or in the
third
bottom of the
baseman,
third, excuse
Austin
me.
Gauthier.
I'll check the stats real quick. Let me check here. So Ward grounded out. Rushing flew out. Rancho struck out. Actually, no. Let's see. Newell flied out. Freeland grounded out. Alvarez walked. Dean was hit. Got a single. And DePaula singled to score Alvarez. Okay. Next pitch. Down, or first pitch is low. Gauthier flew out his first time up.
Dean, the lead runner over at second. DePaula on at first with 2 away. 1-0. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off for third. Runner safe.
Is not in time.
Runner goes again. Pitches in for a strike.
Called for a strike. It's not in time. That's Osquay DePaula. Frosso warming up in the bullpen for the Comets.
1-2. Here's the pitch. Grounder left side.
Ball. That's not going to be. Looks like the runner's will be safe.
It's an RBI single. And
RBI single, 4-2.
Well, he comes through clutch with the RBI single. That was big. That one might as well have been placed on a tee right down the middle, a hitter's dream and a pitcher's nightmare. This one high and deep, down the left field line. Slices foul, but it had the distance. The pitcher saw he was a little late on that swing, so I'd expect some heat on this next pitch. Don't give him a chance to catch up to you. Late with the swing there.
0-2 is the count.
2 strikes so far. Comets are now down 4-2. Sorry about that. I had to talk to my roommates. Pitch. Ball 1.
Impeccable discipline to lay off of that one. Wow.
Frosso could do a couple of innings. Pitch.
Next pitch is outside.
That's outside. 2-2 the count. Baez's next pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Nice job controlling the damage out there.
I apologize about that. My stupid mic wouldn't shut up. So we had 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 walk, 2 left.
So 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors, but 2 are left on base. We move on to inning number 4.
4-5-0 for the Chihuahuas, 2-3-0 for the Comets.
4-2. Top of the 4th inning with the Chihuahuas at the dish.
The microphone to shut up while I'm trying to say something.
Fly ball
Popped up for Rick and Reyes to Alvarez.
And there's 1 down.
1 away in the 4th.
Now batting, catcher Martin Maldonado.
Martin Maldonado, who homered his first time up.
Martin Maldonado. On the ground to the left.
Gauthier is going to get it for the first.
Fires over to first. 2 quick outs in the top of the 4th.
The right fielder, number 4, Kai Murphy.
Now it's the right fielder,
Murphy,
Kai
who tripled
Murphy.
his first
1
time
for
up.
1. Tripled the first time up.
Ball, that's it.
Outside ball 1.
2 down and nobody aboard.
Comets trailing 4-2 here in the 4, trying to hold El Paso.
Ball.
That's out for ball 1. Called for a strike. Sheehan trying to bounce back after giving up 4 runs so far. I'll make that 5. As deep left field, DePaula going back at the wall, and it's going to go over the wall in the Comets bullpen for an automatic double.
There. He gets to just amble into second base and wait for his teammate to drive him in.
A rough outing for Sheehan.
We head back to the top of the lineup. Here's the third baseman, Clay Dungan.
Clay Dungan is up.
Fastball for a
All
strike.
first strike.
And it's 0-1.
0-1.
Runner at second, 2 down. He hits a fly to center.
Ball to center field, but
That's
Paula
pretty far
going to be
back.
back over. Will make the catch,
Makes the
and that
grab.
will end the fourth. No runs, a
One
hit,
runner
and a
left
runner
on
left.
base
We
as
go to
they
the bottom of
can't
the
tack on
fourth.
to
The
their
Comets
4-2
trail
lead.
4-2. Comets have not lost back-to-back
We're
home
back here at the
games.
Leading it off,
ballpark. I'm
the
Ben Gilman
catcher,
bringing you the action, and leading off the bottom of the fourth, Dalton Rushing.
Yes, hi, Ben Gelman. Our Fiducia will be in the series opener.
That one fouled off.
Away. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts last night. So far,
Here's
the
the
Twitch
0-1
stream has
pitch.
not crashed, and that's probably a good thing. There's a line drive to left
And
center
the leadoff
field
hitter
for a
rolling.
base hit.
That one was way in on the hands. He did a
It's
great
really
job
good.
to pull them in and get enough barrel on the ball to push it back through the middle for a hit.
My hedgehog pitch just went to
Now
bed
it's the
just
second
now
baseman, Aaron Bracho.
as of this
Went deep
taping.
in last night's ball game.
There's Aaron Broncho. Deep.
Ground ball.
Line drive.
Side could be 2. There's 1.
But the throw will not be in time.
And that's all they'll get.
The right fielder.
Let's get hit for Broncho.
Chris.
But a runner still at first. With
Chris
one away
Newell
now for
now at
Chris
the plate.
Newell. 194 average, 1 homer, 3 RBIs entering this. First pitch.
Both the
That's
pitcher
strike
and
one.
catcher have noticed how aggressive these hitters have been early in the count. Might see if they can get them to chase. In the
In the air to center field.
air to center, Wilson settles underneath it. And now 2 down.
2 away here in the inning. For the Comets.
Alex Freeland,
Not
the
putting
next
Alex
to hit.
Freeland
Grounded
grounded out
out
his
the
first time
time.
up. 211 average, 4 homers, 7 RBIs.
Swing and a foul straight back. Bracho leading off first with 2 away.
Out of the way. Four to 2 advantage of the El Paso Chilhuahuas.
Now here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss.
And a miss, strike 3.
Curveballing the dirt. Catcher has it.
For the first now in the inning. No runs a hit and a runner left. We go to the fifth. The Comets trail 4 to 2.
So they can't do anything with the leadoff single there. We're ready for the 5th inning. And here's the first baseman, Yuli Gurriel.
Gurriel is up as we start the 5th. That's outside ball 1.
Gurriel stands at 6 foot even, 40 years old now, and he's a native of Cuba.
Dang, he's an old man.
1-1 pitch fouled
Away.
away. He hasn't leaned much on that pitch in this one, but it looks sharp. Really tough for hitters to think with him when he can dial up something random at any time. Well,
A fly ball to deep left
This one has a
field.
chance.
Dean going back near the foul wall will make the catch for the first down of the 5th.
Now batting. Designated
Next to hit,
Gavin
Gavin
Sheets, who walked his first time out.
Liner
Line drive. Ryan Ward makes the catch for the second out.
Tough to accept a liner like that
Nico
not turning
Goodrum
into a hit.
on that
Digging in
number.
for the Chihuahuas, Nico Goodrum. 1 for 2. Swing and a miss.
Nice strike
changeup.
one. 1 for 4 with an RBI triple last night. Sheehan's already at 62 pitches. Here's 63, and that's called for a strike.
And that one is foul. We'll try again.
Excuse me.
Here's the 0-2 pitch.
Next pitch for Sheehan.
Now
That's popped up. Alvarez is under it.
And that's
The
the third.
catch, that's the inning.
Home after the
Runs.
fifth coming up.
No,
the Chihuahuas have
no
the
runs,
edge.
no hits,
4-2.
no errors, and none left. So 1, 2, 3 go the Chihuahuas. We go to the bottom fifth, halfway through.
Bottom half
4-2.
of the fifth,
Leading it off.
and the Comets back.
Armando Alvarez walked in the third, 196 average, 2
Oklahoma
homers,
City
5
has been
RBIs
baseball
with
every
Winnett
season since
batting right.
1962. Their fifth league title
That's
in
strike one.
2023 ended a 27-year championship drought for OKC. Swing and a miss,
That's
just
strike two.
waving at that one. Obvious that he was swinging for the fences. Tough to do it on a pitch in that location. Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. In time, one away on the strikeout.
Away. The fifth.
Now batting, left fielder, Justin.
Back to the top of the order here. Here's the left fielder, Justin Dean.
First pitch.
Chases a high fastball
Strike
there.
one. Strikeout in the first, single in the
Back and
third.
blew the high heat by him. Batter didn't have much of a chance to catch up to that. Comes up empty.
Strike two.
2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Next offering is upstairs. That's some smart pitching from him out there to change the eye level. Now that the hitter's looking up, he can come back down low and finish him off. Next pitch is outside.
Next pitch
Nice eye right
outside.
there.
Ball 3.
What a take with
Let's
2
play De
strikes.
Paula on deck.
Here's the payoff pitch.
Pitch.
Got him looking.
That's
He
called
didn't
for
like the
strike
call.
3. 2 away in the fifth.
Digging in for the
Now
Comets.
Play
batting,
De Paula.
fielder,
Double in the first, RBI single in the third, which he later got a stolen base.
De Paula.
Two outs, base is empty. Swing and a miss late on that one. Down 0-2, and now you have to shorten up and just find a way to put it in play. Maybe going to have to fight 1 or 2 off.
Pitch.
Fights that one off, we'll reset
Fouled
and do it
away.
again.
Comets trail 4-2 in the fifth.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. On the ground, out to
Ground
short.
ball. The shortstop for the
And
first.
that ends the inning.
Comets down in order. We
5
go to
innings
6.
down, the Chihuahuas on top
4-2
here,
Chihuahuas
4-2.
in the sixth. Top of the sixth, that is. Or if we're going to get a pitching change or not.
Now pitching.
Yes,
We're
we
back,
are.
and they make a
First
change
play,
to start
Flurry, the new pitcher for the Comets.
Sixth, the new pitcher,
Fleury.
Jose Fleury. This game is still pretty tight, so he has to give the bats a chance and keep it close.
That'll be it for the
mistake
starter,
pitches.
5
Roper
innings,
in
and
the
it
box
just didn't
again,
go
takes a
well.
strike.
Next pitch for Flurry, that's a fly ball to right field, and well, it's going to be under it. They'll make the catch.
Racing over to
1
make
away
the
in the
catch.
sixth. In the top of the
The
sixth, to be
center
more
fielder,
specific.
number 16,
Ryan
And
Wilson
now at
is
the
up.
plate, Ryan Wilson. And already in this one, he's gone deep, hitting a solo homer back in the second inning. That was a nice boost for his team
Yep,
early on.
there it is. First pitch. Now look for a strike. 3 RBIs with a double in his last few games. Next pitch. Ground ball to center field. That's a base hit.
So 1 on now with 1 away.
Kind of expected this was going to be like that.
Next up for the Chihuahuas, Ripken Reyes.
Nick Frasso warming up in the Comets bullpen. Next pitch.
That one finds the zone.
Called for a strike.
Grounder.
Ground ball. Second for 1. Throw to first in time for a double play in the inning. Top of the 6th is concluded. No runs a hit, none left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Comets are trailing still 4-2.
4-2.
That was a good play.
We'll move on to the bottom of the 6th. Now the third baseman, Austin Gauthier.
1 for 2.
Grounds this one up the middle.
Yep, ground ball.
Handles. Tosses to first.
1 away in the 6th.
Leadoff batter retired in the 6th. And now the
Ryan
first
Ward. Single in the first, unassisted ground out on a drop, strike 3 in the second, strikeout in the third.
pitcher blew
And that's strike 1.
Plate, and I'm sure he's smiling after that. If the hitter's laying low, though, it could get interesting later in the AB. Bash down the right side, but foul.
58 pitches for Baez.
And here's the 0-2.
0-2.
Struck out looking.
It's called for strike 3.
7th strikeout of the ball game. 3 straight fastballs, and he gets caught looking at the third one. Pretty quick AB. Coming up to the dish.
Dalton Rushing is now up.
Oklahoma City, Dalton Rushing.
Called for time. Flew on the second single before. This will be Baez's final hitter. Fouled away for strike 1.
Back to our left.
5 for 15 in the series with a fouled away.
The Chihuahuas leading by 2 here in the bottom of the 6th.
Fouled away. Nick Frasso will come into the pitch the 7th.
0-2, rocks and fires. Gets a piece there,
That's
we'll do it again.
away.
Two outs and nobody aboard. It's ball 1.
Low ball 1. Los Angeles Dodgers wrapping up their series against the Atlanta Braves.
Swing and a miss.
That's
Struck
one
him
on miss for strike
out.
3
And a
in the
nice frame on
6th.
mound. He sets him down
1, 2, 3 go the Comets.
Seventh
We
inning
go
up
the
next.
7th.
The Chihuahuas lead it 4-2.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th inning, and we have a new pitcher on the mound, Nick Frasso. Looking at his
Frasso.
numbers this year, it's clear he's making a case for a promotion. Nice ERA out of the bullpen. Coming up to the dish for El Paso, Martin
Top of the
Maldonado.
7th.
Already a homer for him in this one.
Maldonado.
Score is 4-2. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Chihuahuas. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Comets. The Voyles here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Rosso's first pitch. That's a fly ball to right field. Newell is under it. Will make the catch for the first out. YouTuber, our producer and engineer, back at our 1340 studios.
Right fielder, number 4, Kai.
Stepping to the plate for El
Murphy.
Paso,
Murphy.
Kai Murphy.
Rosso's first pitch.
1-0.
Outside.
1 out and the base is empty. This one
That's
is
a line drive to left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. That's going to go all the way to the wall.
First, hustling for 2. Around second now, going for third. It's a triple and a 3-hit day at the dish.
Yep,
really
triple for Kai Murphy.
Travel on that pitch and allowed him to go the other way.
Now Clay Dunyan is up.
Chilhuahuas, Clay Dunyan, and what an impact he made right out of the gates in this one, silencing the home crowd with a solo homer to lead off the ball game.
Called for a strike. 192 with runners in scoring position. Rosso's next pitch. That's fouled away. Finally,
0-2, here's the pitch.
Transaction. Swings and
Spoils
fouls
the
it back.
2-strike offering, another coming up.
No matter what, Comets will win the series against the Chihuahuas, as that's called for strike 3. 2 away in the 7th.
Huge strikeout.
Gurieski Gurriel is up.
Back a bit. A lot of ways to get that third out and keep the runner from scoring.
First pitch. There's a line drive to right field, a base hit. That will score a run. It's an RBI single, and it's 5-2 lead for the Chihuahuas.
Big at bat to pad their lead up to 3. Got the center cut fastball and pounced on it. That thing was smoked.
Oh, what a night, or what a day it's been for El Paso, as they've been cooking all day.
2 outs and a runner at first.
And the happy Chihuahua growling to what could be a possible victory. Swing and miss, strike 1 for Gavin Sheets. 0 for 2 with a walk.
Right side.
Rancho is under it over the first now in the inning, but not before El Paso gets a run on 2 hits and a runner left.
Well, they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's 5-2.
It's 5-2 as it's time to stretch and sing in Oklahoma.
Now pitching.
We're back, and a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Tom Cosgrove. Fantastic against right-handed hitters this year. Numbers in those.
Aaron Broncho. Strikeout in the second, fielder's choice in the 4th.
So digging in.
Comets down 5-2, in danger of losing back-to-back home games.
Rolled softly,
Out of the way for strike 1. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. We'll be back on Tuesday, or today. We'll be back on Tuesday against the Isotopes. That should be fun. Here's a fly ball to deep right field. Going back to the wall, and he'll make the catch at the warning track for the first out of the 7th.
Number 16, Chris.
Stepping to the plate for Oklahoma City, Chris Newell.
Chris Newell. 0 for 2. He's 1 for 7 in the series. Haven't seen much of him in the series. Could be designated for assignment.
Swing and a foul straight back. Oklahoma City trailing by 3. Here in the bottom of the 7th, just past the stretch. Swing and a miss.
Strike
And it's
2.
0-2. Action in the pen down there. Wandy Peralta getting ready to
Wandy
go.
Peralta.
Rito getting cranked
Rito.
up as well.
Rito's going to be the closer.
Oh, and 2 now. Swings through it for
Strike
the K.
3.
Way out
Second
front for
out.
strike 3.
Now batting.
Next is the DH, a switch hitter, Alex Freeland.
Alex Freeland. 0 for 2 tonight.
Breaking ball in there for a
For
strike.
strike.
0-1's the count.
Not the day that the Comets were hoping for. outside ball 1. Comets need to get something going here. They're down by 3. Just past the stretch. That's fouled away.
And 1-2. Got it. Nice job.
That's strike 3. That one, the 7th. 1, 2, 3 go the Comets. We go to the 8th. It is 5-2 Chilhuahuas.
We go to the 8th. Now it's the shortstop, Nico Goodrum.
Nico Goodrum is up as we start the 8th.
Splits the middle.
All for a strike.
That's strike 1. Challenge pitch right down Main Street,
Next
and
pitch.
he got the take, so he's ahead 0-1. Nice pitching. Strike
That's
2.
called for a strike. As of this taping, later tonight, we'll have NXT Battleground coming to you live from Las Vegas. That's swung on a miss for strike 3. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on YouTube. You'll see it next after this game if you're watching this on Twitch. Called for a strike.
Grounder up the middle, and it finds its
That's
way
a base
through for a
hit.
So they get a runner on with a 1-out single.
So the Chilhuahuas look like they will definitely take the final 2 games of the 6-game set, but the Comets will win the series.
Sent that one back through the middle for a clean base.
They will have one more series left to go.
Oh, great stop.
Over the first, not in time.
Ripken Reyes.
So that will be a single. Ripken Reyes is up, fly out in the 2nd, pop down the 4th, double play in the 6th.
Right
It's
down
called
the
for a
chute.
strike.
Now that he's gotten ahead in the count, he needs to attack and finish off this hitter. On the ground to 3rd, Gauthier. Fires to 2nd for 1. Double play.
For the first in time to end the inning. No runs on 2 hits and a runner left.
We've got the last half of the 8th coming up. The Chihuahuas lead it 5-2.
It will be
Now, pitcher on the mound as we roll
3-6-3.
into the bottom of the 8th. Wandy Peralta will get to work
Wandy
on holding his lead.
Peralta, the new pitcher for the
Armando Alvarez
Chihuahuas.
getting ready to hit.
Armando Alvarez walked in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th.
Peralta, a
Missed strike
lefty,
1.
33 years old.
Brian
And
Hoeing
he was
and
born
Johnny
in the Dominican
Burrito warming
Republic.
up in the
Meanwhile, some
Chihuahuas
activity in the
bullpen.
bullpen. Brian Hoeing getting loose out there. He swings and fouls one off. Swings over the top of that one. Throw to first.
Over to first,
One
and that's
away on a
an
drop
out.
3rd strike. So up next,
Now
Justin
batting.
Dean.
Justin Dean. Strike out in the 1st, single in the 3rd, which he later stole a base, and then struck out looking in the 5th.
D.
Not close with that one, but
Way high for strike 1.
still chase. That's a strike. Against a pitcher with great off-speed stuff, sometimes you'll sit on something other than a fastball on the first pitch. I think
Pitch,
that's what
slow.
he did just now. Clearly wasn't ready for the heat.
1,040 here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. 13040. Hola, Senor Sean. Who's there? As that's a ground ball. Oh, he misplayed it. Throw to first is off the bag, and it's going to be an error on the 3rd baseman of the
That's what
Chihuahuas.
speed coming out of the batter's box can do
Oh.
to a defense. He definitely
I knew
had to
you were
get the
gonna
throw
say
up
that,
quickly,
Senor.
which led to that error.
That was not what the Chihuahuas wanted, and yep, threw him off the bag, so that's an error on the 3rd baseman for the Chihuahuas.
One gone, runner at first. And now the center
Oh no,
fielder,
you hit me
Josue
with
De
a
Paul.
bat. That's fouled away for Josue de Paula. 2 for 3 with a double and a single. That was in the first and the third. Grounded out in the fifth. Comets trailing 5-2 in the eighth.
Swing and a liner foul off to
That's
the
a
right.
foul ball.
The players on defense need to be ready to go with the speed that's in the box and at first. No time to waste.
At least the stream is going to be good. So like I said, if you're watching this on Twitch later tonight, we're going to have NXT Battleground at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific, and also I will also make sure to get Monday Night Raw out on time, as long as my stream does not be a derping hyena. As I see the NHL game as I'm taping this is done.
This is inside.
2 strikes.
And then the only NBA game is done as well.
Off the
We'll
plate.
deal with score checks possibly if Sean feels like it. May save the baseball friends for last. That'll be probably tomorrow,
Punches that
as
one
that's
with 2
fouled
strikes.
away. Let's get 2 out of the 4 out of the way, if
Chihuahuas leading
we
by
do
3
that.
here in the
Yes.
bottom half of the 8th.
I know, that's what I saw, senor.
And that is going to bring the tying run to the plate. That's an excellent at-bat. Saw a
Yep,
lot
ball
of pitches
4.
and earned the
Third
walk.
baseman, Austin.
Tying run is now at the plate. That'll be
Now at the
Austin
plate.
Gonthier.
Such a good hitter with run.
Pop down the first, single in the third, ground down
in
the
scoring
sixth for
position.
Gonthier.
Keeps the heart rate low, maintains focus, and doesn't shift approach in run-scoring opportunities. What an asset in the lineup. Ground ball right
It's a ground
side.
ball. Oh, and he threw it away in the center field, and that's going to score a run.
He's safe.
He went to go throw it to second. It's going to be a run that's going to be an unearned. It's 5-3. Went to throw it to second. It goes into left field. And the bad errors continue for the Chihuahuas of El Paso. It's been like that for them all series. It helps the Comets get a run. And like I said, it's now 5-3.
A new arm into the game, the righty, Johnny
Number
Brito.
76.
He's a fierce
Oh
competitor
my
who takes the
goodness
hill.
me.
Not a big strikeout pitcher, though. One away. Runners at the corners here.
Wow.
Ryan Ward, the next to hit. Went down looking on 3 pitches last time.
You were not expecting that, if you ask me. As here's a ground ball. That's going to get down for a base hit. Throw the first in time, but that's going to allow another run to score. So it's an RBI for Ryan Ward. It's now 5-4 in the 8th.
So he lets it loose from his knees, and he gets the out.
So Ryan Ward will get an RBI. That was almost an RBI single, but an RBI nevertheless. And now it's 5-4 with the tying run at second. The go-ahead run at the plate. That's fouled away. Strike 1. Oh boy, El Paso thought they were going to win this game, but now they've made critical mistakes in the late stages of this game. As I say, hola, Senor Sean in the VC chat, as of this taping. I will also have to go over the, I'll probably do this before I do NXT Battleground, which will be late, like at 2 in the morning. If not, NXT Battleground will be streamed live. I'll probably just take Monday Night Raw tomorrow, or on Monday. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's going to finally end the inning, but not before the Comets capitalize on the misfortunes of the Chihuahuas. 2 runs, no hits. Will you cut that out? 1 walk, 2 errors, 2 left
No hits
on.
for them in the inning, but they are
Or,
gifted a
no,
couple
1
of
runner
runs.
left on. We go to the 9th.
Chilhuahuas out in front, 5-4.
5-4 Chilhuahuas as we start the top of the 9th. And no, I'm not playing because the
All set to start the
computer's
9th
controlling
inning
it
in
as
this one.
Martin
Stepping in,
Maldonado
Maldonado.
is up as we start the top of the 9th. Rosso's only had 18 pitches. He could be the winning pitcher because he's retired batters as Michael Grove and Gardo Enriquez warming up in the Comets bullpen.
Right-hander up as well.
I more than likely may or may not save the baseball friends for tomorrow as I'm taping this, or by the time you're watching this, we've already done that.
Oink, oink, oink.
Well, you got that out.
No.
Rosso's 21st pitch, and here it comes.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch.
Ball 2.
It's high, ball 2.
OKC pitching just hasn't been struggling as much as it was earlier, but it might be too little too late.
Well, they still got one more chance in the bottom of the 9th, and we said that in one of the games until a walk-off grand slam. That's ball 4.
The right fielder, number 4.
Walks have been an issue for the Comets.
Next up, Kai Murphy. 3 for 3 with 2
Watch
triples
just
and a
continue to
double.
be a problem.
You think about it, the Comets and the Chihuahuas in real life, as the first pitch is called for a strike, rather. I'm sorry, y'all. This is what happens
Next
when I've
one's
had
fouled back.
too much pop tonight. But as I was saying, El Paso and Oklahoma City in real life, they lead the PCL in the most walks allowed. In particular, OKC, as that's outside for ball 1. So for the Comets, they're leading a category for all the wrong reasons, as that swung on and missed for strike 3, 1 out in the 9th
And the runner
inning.
stays put.
Now batting, third baseman, Clay.
So Frosta retires a batter, and there's one away in the 9th. That's Clay Dunyan, who belted a home run to lead off the game in the first. Sac fly in the second. Art flew out in the 4th. Strikeout in the 7th. This first pitch is called for a strike.
The left-handed batter's box, it could be tough to turn 2 unless they get an especially hard.
So we're only going to have, as of this taping, tonight the Blues are playing the Winnipeg Jets in Game 7. We also have a Game 7 between the Rockets and the Warriors tonight, as of this taping. So it's like one NHL and one NBA, and then you have the rest of the baseball friends.
Yep.
Gets a piece, it stays
Which is fine with us. At least we only have 1 day of score checks for minor league versus like what we did, which is like 3 or 4. Here's the next pitch from Frosto. Here's a ground ball. Throw the second for 1. Throw the first in time for a double play to end the top of the 9th. No runs, a hit, and a runner left. Last chance for the Comets as we go to the bottom of the 9th. It's the Chihuahuas 5 and the Comets 4. No matter what, the Comets in this version of the season will end up taking either 5 out of 6 or 4 out of 6 against the Chihuahuas, regardless of what happens. So on the plus side, that's good.
Well, it would be better if they got 5.
Second baseman,
digs in now. 0 for 3.
More wins means more probability of making it to the postseason.
Well, you got to think about this too. The next series that they're facing, as Hoeing's first pitch is called for a strike. You also have to think, Senor, their next opponent, that's the team they're chasing down. That is the Albuquerque Isotopes, as of the mock version of the season. As here's a ground ball over the first, 1 away in the 9th.
and he should be feeling
Now,
good after getting
right
that first
field.
hit with even
This
more
was a lot
confidence.
sharper in that series.
He's 2 outs away.
Chris Newell on
Next up for the Comets,
as far as that's concerned. And I will make sure the Albuquerque Isotopes wear gray pants because for whatever reason, as the first pitch is fouled away, for whatever reason, the game wants to have them wear white pants for road games. Why, I don't know.
Down by 1.
Because the game likes to be an idiot sandwich. That's pretty much how it is. That's fouled away. As I was saying about the game before that pitch of the foul ball, it's true, if you ask me. Here's the 0-2 from Hoeing. And he hit him. That was not what El Paso needed.
That's going to be a problem.
Alex Freeland, 0-3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out.
Boy. And remember, I talked about El Paso in this series. They're 1 error away, as that's called for a strike on a slider. They're 1 error away from tying a season-high 3 errors they've committed in this series. As that swung on a miss for strike 3.
Wouldn't be surprised to see the runner break from first, trying to stay out of the double play.
Get those 2 outs if I'm El Paso
On the ground to
here.
the right side, and it goes
Fouled
just
away. Comets down by a run. Tying run is at first.
Now here's
The
the
winning run at the plate. Swing and a miss. That should have not swung at that. And now the Comets down to their final out of the 9th. As Armando Alvarez, who got called up from Double-A Tulsa, is at the plate. He needs to do something here. They're down to their final out. Check swing. Did not go according to the first base umpire. So now that's 1 ball, no strikes.
That was a good call there by the umpire.
Here comes the 1-0.
Next pitch. That's called for a strike. That was, by the way, for anyone taking it as who was the first base umpire you're asking, that was Rusty Valentine who made that call.
1-1.
Yep.
1-1.
Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss. Now the Comets down to their final strike. 1-2 the count. Comets down to their final strike. The pitch. Down low.
This pitch misses. Ball 2. I know it turned out to be a ball, but it very well could have been strike.
Well, either way, the Comets will still win the series regardless of this outcome. That's still a positive thing. That will be the good news. The bad news is they could end up, as that's fouled away, they could end up losing this game and, could be a worrisome going against the Albuquerque Isotopes, their first meeting of the year and the second part of this 12-game homestand.
Oklahoma City.
Here's the next pitch. Low, ball 3, Justin Dean on deck.
The hitter has to stay focused on the pitch and not get distracted.
They need to keep this inning going.
Remember, the Chihuahuas have lost in extras. That's fouled away. The last time we had a tie game to go to extras, the Chihuahuas committed 2 errors in extra innings in this series. 3-2. Fouled away. We'll do it again. And that was back, I want to say, on Tuesday. That's fouled away. We're going to continue to do it again, y'all.
He's trying to keep the inning going, and it's either going to end up with a hit, a strikeout, or something else. We'll find out.
There's a fly ball to right field. It's going to be caught, and that is how the game will end, as the Comets will fall 5-4. They still win the series against the El Paso Chihuahuas. They'll win the season series in Oklahoma City, as they have 1 more series left to go in El Paso. No runs, a hit, and a runner left. And the Chihuahuas win 5-10-2 for the Chihuahuas, 4-5-0 for the Comets. Henry Baez will get his 3rd win on the season. Emmett Sheehan gave up 4 runs, ended up becoming never recovered, and he takes the loss. And the save, as I mentioned, to Brian Owing. So the Comets will fall 5-4. As you're looking at replays of the home runs that really gave the Chihuahuas the advantage. Of course, remember, the Comets lost last night, so They have now lost back-to-back home games in this series. And remember, after this homestand, they're taking on your team, Senor, the Round Rock Express. The final time those two teams will play at Dell Diamond this year before they come up to Oklahoma City for a pair of that series. As you see the numbers for Baez, 6 innings, 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Emmett Sheehan, the loss, 4 runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. He's 3-3. Brian Hoeing picks up his second save on the season. With the win, the Chihuahuas have now won back-to-back games after they had lost 8 of the first 10, 8 of 10. And that was between OKC and Sacramento. The Comets fall to 19-14 as they get ready to enter their off day, as that is it for the series as far as that's concerned. And like I said, we will get ready to go over the first. Let me take care of this little deal. Okay, Carlos Rodriguez is going to Double-A Tulsa, and Chris Ali Hines going to be called up. Well, we'll see how he does in that series. So, yeah. Here's the rest of the scoreboard for the International and the PCL before we get ready for Tuesday's series opener with the Isotopes. Charlotte beat Norfolk 1-0 in that series. Winning pitcher for the Knights went to Juan Carrera. He improves to 3-3. James Karnacek got his 11th save on the season. Brandon Young took the loss. He falls to 0-2 on the season. The only RBI scored in the entire contest was Nick Matton's RBI for the Knights of Charlotte. Jacksonville beat Durham 7-2. These out-of-town scoreboards brought to you by Dr. Pepper, proud sponsor of the OKC Comets and the Round Rock Express. Jansen Junk got the win, improves to 4-2. The loss went to Ian Seymour. He falls to 4-2. Home runs in the contest. Eric Wagaman had a home run. He's had 6 RBIs for the Jumbo Shrimp. Nathan Montorella also had an RBI for Jacksonville. Braden Taylor, Aiden Smith had the only RBIs for the Durham Bulls in the contest. Lehigh Valley beat Rochester 11-8. Funny thing, in real life, Lehigh Valley was tied with the best record with Oklahoma City in real life, which I find that really interesting. Winning pitcher for the Iron Pigs was Nabel Chrismat. He is 3-0. Joe Cunell got his 10th save on the season. The loss went to Mason Thompson. He falls to 0-3. Luis Verdugo, Eduardo Tart had home runs. Tart had a grand slam for the Iron Pigs. Oscar Macedo, Ethan Wilson, Buddy Kennedy had RBIs for the Iron Pigs. Home run for Jackson Clough for the Red Wings. Robert Hassel III, Andrew Pickney, Jose Tena, had a sac RBI, and Jeremy De La Rosa had RBIs for the Red Wings of Rochester. Syracuse beat Wilkes-Barre Scranton 7-3. Syracuse's pitcher Christian Scott got the win, improves to 2-4. Reed Garrett, his 13th save on the season. The loss to JT Brubaker, he falls to 3-2. Elijah Dunham had a 3 RBI day for the Rail Riders of Wilkes-Barre Scranton, or Scranton Wilkes-Barre, either way. Rafael Ortega had 2 two-run homers for the Mets. Rowdy Jordan, Nick Madrigal, and Brett Beatty had RBIs for Syracuse in the contest. Toledo beat Worcester 3-1. Ty Madden got the win, improves to 3-4. Alex Lang, his 11th save on the season. Zach Penrod got the loss. He falls to 1-5, having a tough season. Wrigley Madris and Corey Joyce had RBIs for the Mud Hens. Roman Anthony had the only RBI for Worcester in the contest. Columbus beat St. Paul 4-1. Of course, their game yesterday in real life was canceled. We'll document that later on in the when we have score checks off air. Slade Ciccarone got the win, improves to 4-2. Sam Henges got his 9th save on the season. Darren McConnon got the loss. He falls to 1-3. Home run for Anthony Pareto for the Saints in the contest. George Valera hit a grand slam for the Clippers, what proved to be the difference in that game. Nashville beat Gwinnett 3-1. Winning pitcher was Elvis Borrego. He improves to 3-1. Carlos F. Rodriguez finally gets a no decision. Nick Mears picks up his 7th save on the year. Enaldi Paredes, the former Round Rock player, if you remember back in the 2020 OKC Dodgers, now playing for the Atlanta organization, took the loss. He falls to 1-4. Freddie Samoa had a solo shot for the Sounds. Jefferson Cuero and Jake Bowers had RBIs for Nashville. Nacho Alvarez Jr. had the only RBI for the Stripers of Gwinnett. Louisville shut out Memphis 6-0. Tough day for Memphis. Connor Phillips got the win, improves to 4-3. The loss to Gordon Gracefo, he falls to 1-4. The only run scored, former Dodger Gavin Lux. Edwin Rios had multiple RBIs for the Bats, as well as Austin Hendrick, who added another RBI for Louisville. Buffalo beat Indianapolis 5-4. Winning pitcher was Ryan Yarbrough. He improves to 1-1. Amir Garrett got his 6th save on the year. The loss to Braxton Ashcraft, he falls to 3-2. Oribelis Martinez had a home run for the Bison. Devontae Brown, Johan Clace, and Stuart Baroa had RBIs for the Bisons. Derek Hall, as I did say it correctly, had a 2-run homer for the Indians. Matt Gorski and Mike Jarvis also had RBI for Indianapolis. Finally, it was the I-Cubs of Iowa shutting out Omaha 1-0, as we have crickets in the background. Caleb Killian, he got the win and improves to 2-2. Phil Bickford, his 11th save on the year. Ross Stripling, the former Dodger, got his first loss. He's 3-1. Only run scored was Jordan Nagou for the I-Cubs as they win the game. And now to your PCL scoreboard, and Senor Sean's doing the happy dance because Round Rock beat Sugarland 9-3 in this mock deal as they held off the Space Cowboys despite scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th. Michael Plassmeyer got the win, improves to 5-2 as he gave up 3 unearned runs, but still got the win. Josh Shorbs, his 13th save on the year. The loss to Colton Gordon, he's 2-3. By the way, Round Rock and OKC split the first meeting between those two in Dell Diamond, should I remind you all that. Big day for Justin Foscue, who hit a grand slam for the Express. Trevor Howard, Kevin Pollard, Sam Haggerty, and Dustin Harris also had RBIs for the E-Train. Walker Janik had a 3-run homer for the Space Cowboys. Quincy Hamilton and Cesar Salazar had an RBI for Sugarland. Tacoma beat Las Vegas 3-2. Winning pitcher for the Rainiers was Trevor Gott. He improves to 2-2. Drew Pomeranz, his 10th save on the season. The loss went to Dylan Flora, the ex-Cub. His first loss, he is 2-1. Mitch Haniger had a home run for the Rainiers. Michael Alfaro and Rowdy Tellez had RBIs for the Rainiers. Shane McGuire had a home run for the Aviators, and Carlos Cortez also had RBI for the Aviators in the loss. Speaking of Albuquerque, who is going to be coming to Oklahoma City to face the Comets, they lost to Salt Lake 2-1 at home. So 2 teams will look to bounce back after losing their series finale. I find that really interesting. Dakota Hudson got the win, improves to 3-3, the former Cardinal player. Former Dodger Victor Gonzalez, his 5th save on the year. The loss to Jack O'Loughlin, he falls to 3-3. Caleb Ketchup, yes, I'm not making up with that last name, and Bryce Teodosio had RBIs for the Bees. Yes, I find that weird. His last name is Ketchup. Don't blame me for that. You can blame whoever in the world created that name. They had RBIs for the Bees. Austin Nola had the only RBI for the Isotopes of Albuquerque. So that'll be an interesting series as far as that's concerned. Finally, Reno falling to Sacramento 4-2 at Sutter Health Park. Winning pitcher, will you cut that out, was Mason Black. He improves to 2-4. Landon Ruff, his 8th save on the season. Yes, I'm going to quote that later. Human Lin, the loss, he falls to 2-3. Renee Pinto and Christian Robertson had the RBIs for the Aces. Hunter Bishop, Brent Ackerbach, Yario Promes and Matt Higgins had RBIs to lead the way for the Sacramento Rivercats. Around the Dodgers organization, Los Angeles Dodgers gave the Atlantas, as I'm going to just say this, got a sweep against the Atlanta Braves. 3-1. Yoshinobu Yamamoto got the win, improves to 5-1. Spencer Schwallenbach got the loss. He falls to 1-4. He's had a rough season. Shohei Ohtani hit a 2-run homer for the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman also added an RBI for the Dodgers as Yamamoto went 6 2/3, 1 run, 6 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Tanner Scott with his 12th save on the year. Ronald Arcina Jr. had an RBI for the Braves. Dodgers have swept the Braves. They are 26-8. They are taking on the Miami Marlins tomorrow night with Roki Sakai. Will start for the Dodgers. Valente Belezo will be the starter for the Miami Marlins. That will be at Miami, if you ask me. Around the Dodgers minor league system, Double-A Tulsa will lose the series against Arkansas, but they pitched a 1-0 shutout against the Travelers. Joe Jacques got the win, improves to 3-2. Taylor Dollar got the loss. He falls to 2-2. Only run scored in the contest was Jesus Galez, his home run for the Drillers. Tulsa will head to Amarillo, Texas to start a 6-game series. They will have a field trip day starting at 11:05 Central Time. So an off day tomorrow for the Comets. They are back in action on Tuesday as they take on the Albuquerque Isotopes. It will be a $2 Tuesday for the second part of this 12-games homestand. Gates open at 5. First pitch at 6:05 Central Time. Bobby Miller will get the start for the Comets. He's 1-1 with a 2.39 earned run average. Chase Dollander will get the start for the Isotopes. He will make his team debut with no record and no ERA. As again, 6:05 first pitch. Gates open at 5. Tickets are available. Call 405-218-2157 or visit OKCComets.com. Or stop by the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark box office located on South Mickey Mantle Drive. It'll be open tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. If you can't make it to the game, our live coverage will begin at 5:50 with Comets on deck here on 1340 The Game, 1340thegame.com, or anywhere on your mobile device with a free iHeartRadio app and streaming on the Bally Sports Live and the MILB TV app. Today, it was the El Paso Chilhuahuas 5 and the OKC Comets 4. 5 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for the Chihuahuas, 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Comets. Winning pitcher was Henry Baez. He improves to 3-3. Brian Hoeing, his second save on the year. The loss to Emmett Sheehan, he falls to 2-3. Chihuahuas get a 2-game winning streak. They are 14-19. The Comets fall to 19-14. For Senior Sean and our producer and engineer, that would be the YouTuber back in our 1340 studios. I'm Daniel Voyle saying good afternoon and good night from Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. We will talk to you Tuesday from beautiful Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark against the Albuquerque Isotopes. Hope you'll join us for that. You've been listening to Comets Baseball presented by Heartland Flyer.